Stacy, we need to talk.
Huh? What's wrong, Dick? Why would you just say we need to talk all of a sudden like this? You're scaring me.
There's something happening in the apartment next door right now that leaves me no choice but to message you like this.
Huh? How do you mean? The apartment next door? Wait, do you mean you came back from your business trip already?
Yep. And someone made me aware of the affair you're having behind my back. So I had no choice but to come home. I got on the first flight back here as soon as I found out you and the college student from next door are going at it like rabbits behind my back in the middle of the frickin' day? What the hell are you playing at, Stacy?
Oh, so you finally noticed then.
Huh?
You haven't been giving me any attention at all lately, what with all the business trips you've been on. Anyone would think we were strangers. This is my way of trying to send you a message, doofus. Don't you get it? I've been so lonely because of the way you treat me.
Cheating on me is your way of sending me a message?
Think about it, you dummy. If you, my boyfriend, realize I'm cheating on you, then you can't help but feel jealous, right? Which means you'll finally realize how important I am to you and change your ways. Simple.
What the hell kind of twisted backflip logic is that?
Don't worry, Dick. This thing with Chad isn't anything serious. He's still a freaking college student, for crying out loud. It was only ever a cheap fling. Besides, he has a girlfriend himself. We were just fooling around, you know? A bit of fun on the side. So chill out, okay?
Which part of this is supposed to put me in the mood to chill out?
Huh?
You say I don't give you any attention, but other than the mandatory 2-month business trip I go on every year, most of them consist of day trips, and aside from that, I just do plain old office work. How many of my date invites have you turned down by this point? I don't want to hear this crap about me not giving you attention because it ain't true. In spite of that, wow, Stacey, just wow. You cheated on me to make me jealous? I never thought you were the kind of low-life scumbag to do that kind of thing. But I obviously don't know you as well as I thought I did. I seriously feel like I'm gonna vomit. Me and you are through. Finished.
What? Why?
The fact you don't understand why I'd want to break up with you after what you did to me is genuinely worrying.
Oh my God, Dick, is that any way to speak to your girlfriend? Don't be such a dick.
I don't need to hear that from you. You're the dick for cheating on me.
Can't we talk about this like mature, responsible adults when you get home? I tell you what, how about we go on a date as soon as you get back? If I do that for you, will you forgive me? Or we can skip the date and go straight to the after party if you catch my drift. All right, I'll head back next door to our apartment, okay?
Are you seriously asking me that? After you've been getting piped by the college kid next door? I'm good, thanks. I don't want sloppy seconds. You're disgusting.
Huh?
Don't you dare show up at my apartment. I won't let you in no matter what.
But why? Why won't you let me in?
If you do, I'm calling the cops.
But why? Answer my question. Hey, bro, you got a minute? There's something I need to talk to you about.
Hey, Elsa. What is it?
I'm sorry to ask you this out of the blue, but you did say you broke up with Stacy, right?
Huh?
Because she cheated on you?
Yep, that's right. She was cheating on me with the college student in an apartment next door, so I broke up with her around 2 months ago. With that, I sold the apartment as quickly as I could and moved back in with mom and dad, which is where I'm staying for the time being. But why? What makes you ask?
Well, it's about Stacy. It looks like she was trying to put her hands on my husband this time.
What did you just say? Stacy and Ricardo?
You know how Ricardo works from home as a freelance writer, right? My company, on the other hand, while having remote work available as an option, are being pig-headed stubborn about it, which means I could totally do my job from home if they'd let me, but they won't. So I still have to go into the office every day. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Stacy seems to know my schedule, and apparently she's been showing up at the house while I'm at work.
Wow. Are you being serious right now? When did all this start?
About 3 weeks ago. It all began when I drove by the house while I was running a few errands outside the office. I saw Ricardo inviting Stacy into the house, and they looked way, way more intimate than they should. I was pretty sure I knew what I was seeing, but I didn't want to make any accusations without more concrete evidence. So I decided to set up a hidden camera inside the house. It turns out they've been seeing each other pretty often. They're both as guilty as sin.
Wow. You had the clear-headedness to investigate further before confronting Ricardo with it when you found out he was cheating on you?
Yep, I'm currently working on gathering more evidence.
That freaking sucks. I don't know what else to say other than I understand how you feel. You must be in a pretty unpleasant place right now.
Yeah, I am. To tell you the truth, my head's been all over the place. But there's just one thing I can't seem to understand.
What is it?
Why would Stacy go after Ricardo? She's done nothing but insult him since they first met all those years ago. She calls him ugly, pathetic, a no-good loser. She practically calls him every name under the sun. I'll never forget the time she burst out into a maniacal fit of laughter after saying, "You did well to marry a wet noodle like him, girl," in the smuggest, most condescending tone you could imagine.
Jesus, I knew she wasn't his biggest fan, but I had no idea she was so horrible about it. You're right. Why the hell would she go after him if that's what she really thinks of him? When was all this? Maybe she changed her opinion of him?
No, you see, here's the thing. She said that to me the day before you broke up with her.
Wow, really? So one day she's insulting the crap out of him, the next they're in bed together? She'd go as far as risking an affair with a married man when she doesn't even like him? This makes zero sense.
Right? I'm so confused. And no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to come up with a rational explanation. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it.
I see.
So, what do you think? Can you think of any reason she might be doing this? They're the last two people on Earth I'd ever imagine being in a relationship together. My jaw almost hit the floor when I realized what they were up to.
To be honest, I can't say I'm totally stumped. Listen, Elsa. This might be a long shot, but from where I'm standing, it definitely seems plausible.
What is it, Dick? Do you know something?
It's about the reason she cheated on me with the college kid from next door. She said she only did it to make me jealous.
What? To make you jealous?
Apparently her plan was for me to catch her cheating to make me feel jealous. Then I realized how important she was to me. Go crawling back to her begging for forgiveness out of fearing of losing her, and we live happily ever after. In her mind, that's how the whole thing was supposed to go down.
What the hell?
No way. Could she be doing the same thing with Ricardo now for the same reason? If so, it looks like you've been dragged into my mess. If that's the case, I'm really, really sorry.
This isn't your fault, and you don't have a thing to apologize for. Her thinking's so warped and twisted that it's impossible to say what her real motivations are. Besides, Ricardo's just as much to blame for getting involved with such a malicious, vindictive woman. That's why you don't have anything to apologize for.
Thank you, sis. Anyway, if there's a chance that is why she's doing it, that makes me officially involved now. What are we gonna do about this? If you want me to contact her, I can.
Do you think you could wait 2 or 3 more days before you do?
How come?
I hired a private investigator to look into the affair and gather as much evidence as possible. And I'm also currently in talks with a lawyer. I think I'll have everything I need in 2 or 3 more days, so I'd appreciate if you could hold off for a little while.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. All right, got it.
Hey, Dick. Long time no see. Have you finally calmed down now? You got yourself pretty worked up before, huh? I figured I'd message you because I know you're probably consumed with soul-crushing regret over your unfortunate decision to break up with me. But as for me, I'm not sure I'm ready to forgive you for the awful way you treated me. So your second chance might not be on the cards for a while yet. Which is why I've decided to let you do a little test to see if you're worthy of my forgiveness. You see, Dick, the thing is, I'm in a hotel room with your sister's husband. You know what that means, right? I'm in a hotel room with Ricardo. We've been in here just the two of us for like 4 hours now, watching the morning fly by as we whisper sweet nothings into each other's ears. I know you can be dense sometimes, but you do understand what this means, don't you? Hey, Dick! I'm spending the day with Ricardo again. Obviously, we're in the hotel room again. Tell me, Dick, does it hurt? It hurts, doesn't it? Can you believe it? Can you believe you let your girlfriend get stolen from you by a pasty little nerd like Ricardo? He has the muscle mass of a slug and the charisma of a sack of potatoes. And yet still, he managed to prove himself the superior man. But fear not, because I've decided to give you one final chance. If you can steal me back, I'll get back with you. Hey, Dick. Where do you think I am today? In bed with Ricardo again, of course. Lost in the throes of our sweaty, passionate romance. Not only that, you'll never believe it, but today we're doing it in Ricardo's marital bed. It may be wrong, but it feels so right. There's something so exhilarating about exploring new frontiers and breaking taboos. Apparently, your sister Elsa's away on a business trip. So there's a good chance my stallion Ricardo is going to pound me so deep into the night I hardly get a wink of sleep. Oh no, Dick, at this rate, I'm not even going to be able to walk tomorrow. Go on, Dick, you can admit it now. You really want me to give you another chance, don't you? The question is, what are you willing to do to win me back? Allow me to repeat myself. If you can prove your commitment and dedication by stealing me back from him, I'll give you another chance. Not only that, but I'll even let you marry me. Anyway, Ricardo just got done cooling off. Time for round 7. You must be feeling so jealous you can barely contain yourself, so feel free to come and take me back anytime now. Dick? What the hell is going on here? Some guy claiming to be a lawyer just showed up.
Hey, lowlife. Do you enjoy making my little sister cry?
Huh?
Is this your sick, twisted way of taking revenge on me? How dare you drag my sister and her husband into this?
No way, it wasn't like that at all. You blockhead, you couldn't have this more wrong if you tried. Sure, I might have gotten them temporarily involved, but don't worry, as soon as me and you get back together, I plan on giving Ricardo back to your sister, which is why it doesn't count as an affair.
I see. So it's not an affair. You just did it to make me jealous so I'd understand how important you are to me?
Yep, exactly. That's why your sister has nothing to worry about. Great, now you understand. Will you pass the message on to your sister? I mean, please, a lawyer? I've never heard of anything more dramatic in my life. Talk about an overreaction. Will you tell her to call him off for me? I told him I'm not interested, but he won't stop banging on the door. Me and Stacy got back together so you don't have anything to worry about anymore. That'll do it. Will you send her that for me, please?
I did think you were just sick and twisted at first, but now I think you might actually be mentally ill.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Why the hell would I get back with you? I'd have to be insane to do that.
What?
You gotta screw loose at this point if you think it's acceptable to cheat on someone to make them jealous. Any feelings I have for you disappeared the moment I found out you were cheating on me with that twerp college kid from next door. But you couldn't just stop there, could you? Nah. That clearly wasn't enough for you. Because this time, you wouldn't put your hands on my freaking sister's husband.
Quit blowing things out of proportion, Dick. I already told you. That was only to make you feel jealous enough to understand how important I actually am to you.
No. What you did was engage in an affair with a married man in the most vulgar, despicable way possible. You begged my little sister's husband because you're a vile piece of crap with no morals. Did you seriously think this was going to make me feel jealous? Far from it. All I feel for you is rage and disgust. You're not worth getting jealous over.
Oh my God, don't even say that. How could you be so heartless?
Now you listen to me and you listen good. You're going to go answer the front door, let that lawyer in, make him a coffee, and listen to exactly what he has to say. Then, you're going to pay my little sister every last cent of the compensation you owe her.
No, wait a sec. I wasn't trying to have an affair with him. That's not why I did it. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to get down and dirty with Ricardo? He is disgusting, Dick. His skin's all oily and acne-ridden, and he's as white as a sheet because of all the time he spends at the computer. He has the charm and charisma of a spatula. He's just disgusting, Rick. He's nothing but a gross, pasty nerd loser. Same with the college student. I mean, sure, he wasn't as gross as Ricardo, but I still didn't enjoy it. Why can't you see how loyal I am to you? Quit trampling all over my devotion. Dick!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of how my little sister Elsa ended up charging her ex-husband and my ex-girlfriend a hefty sum in compensation. Ricardo made no attempt to hide or make justifications for what he did, and agreed to divorce amicably. With that, the proceedings were simple and painless, and the divorce was finalized in timely fashion. Unfortunately, Stacy, in her infinite stubbornness and seemingly total inability to understand even the very basics of human decency, insisted to the very last that she only did it to get back with me, and planned on giving Ricardo back as soon as she did. I knew that trying to talk to her was as good as trying to talk to a brick wall, so I had no choice but to call her parents. When I told them why she cheated on me, and why she did what she did with Ricardo, a look of shame and disappointment too intense appeared on their faces that I kind of got the impression that in that moment, they wanted to crawl into a hole and die. In spite of that, they still agreed to pay the compensation on her behalf, though I suspect that was more out of feelings of guilt towards me and my sister than wanting to save their daughter. Next, they forced her to sign a written pledge agreeing never to try and contact me in any form for the rest of her life. Last I hear, she lives with a relative who also happens to be an ex-psychiatrist out of state now, where she's currently undergoing therapy and mental health counseling. She claims she had an affair with my sister's husband to make me jealous so I get back with her. But to be honest with you, I still don't get it, and I'm not sure I ever will. Can you believe I was considering marriage with that girl? Talk about dodging a bullet.